Welcome to Hatha Level 1. It might be useful to have a blanket and a block or two nearby. And when you're ready, you can come to the middle of your mat in a comfortable seated position. Go ahead and cross one ankle in front of the other. If this is uncomfortable, if the hips are tight, you might grab a blanket to put under the sitting bones to lift your hips up. Or if you want a little more elevation, you could even grab a block. And let your eyes float closed, slowly come into your breath. Taking one hand over the heart, the other over the belly. Just begin to tune in to the sounds and the movement of your own breath. With the inhale, fill the chest. And with the exhale, pull the belly button towards the spine. Keeping the eyes closed, bring the arms out in front. On your next inhale, raising the arms up overhead. And exhale, slowly lower the arms back down. Again, riding the inhale, raising the arms up overhead. And exhale, lower them down. Continue for 2 more rounds with the pace of your own breath. When you're ready, bringing the hands to heart center. Take your awareness inward and set your own intention for your practice. Allow yourself space to create in the body. Inhale the arms up overhead, grabbing onto the left wrist and pulling it over towards the right. Inhale the arms back to center. This time grabbing the opposite wrist and pulling it over. Inhale the arms back to center. And exhale the arms down. If you grabbed a blanket or a block, go ahead and move those off to the side. And then begin to make your way onto all fours. Ensure that the wrists are stacked directly under the shoulders. Fingers are spread wide. Knees directly under the hips. Coming into a neutral spine. When you're ready, inhale, drop the belly towards the mat, gaze forward. And exhale, pull the belly button towards the spine, rounding through the back. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze forward. And exhale, round through the back. Continue at the pace of your own breath for a few rounds of cat-cow. When you're ready, coming to a neutral spine, straightening through the left leg, coming onto the ball of the left foot. And on the next exhale, return the left knee, switching sides, straightening through the right leg, getting a stretch along the back of the right leg. And exhale the right knee down towards the mat. This time, inhale the left heel up, keeping the belly engaged, belly button towards the spine. And on the exhale, lowering the knee down towards the mat, switching sides, inhaling the right leg straight. One more breath. And exhale the right knee back down towards the mat. When you're ready, coming into a plank position onto the balls of the back feet. Deep breath. And start to exhale, walking the feet forward towards the wrists. Hip distance apart, maybe wider if the hamstrings are tight. Lifting halfway up into a flat back, hands onto the shins. And when you're ready, rolling forward into a forward fold, letting the arms hang. If the hamstrings are tight, you might bend into the knees, let the belly rest on the thighs, grabbing opposite arms. Might shake the head yes and maybe no, letting the head hang loose. Continuing to breathe. And if you grabbed opposite elbows, go ahead and switch the crossing of the arms. Deep inhales and deep exhales. When you're ready, straightening through the back. And on the exhale, fold forward. When you're ready, slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time, straightening through the legs, rolling the shoulders up and down the back. Palms come down by the side, facing forward. Start to settle into your breath. Moving into sun salutation A, come to the top edge of your mat. Ensure the feet are about hips distance apart. Palms face forward. When you're ready, on the inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And exhale, fold forward at the hips, bend the knees in any amount. Inhale, reach the right leg back, then the left. Stay for an inhale and plank. Exhaling to knees, chest, and chin. Bringing the heart forward. Inhale, coming up into a baby cobra. Exhale, lead with the hips, flip the toes. Downward facing dog. Deep inhale and deep exhale. On the next inhale, step the left foot forward, right knee down. And exhale, step the right foot forward to meet the left forward fold. Inhale, swoop the arms up, rise, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, raise the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward at the hips. Inhale, step the left foot back, left knee down. Exhale, right foot back into plank. Stay for an inhale. And exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale through to your baby cobra, maybe lift higher. And exhale, lead with the hips, flip the toes, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. On the next inhale, step the right foot forward, left knee down. And exhale, step the left foot forward to the right. Inhale, rise to stand, arms up overhead, maybe press palms at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Moving to the second round, inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step the right foot back, right knee down. Exhale, left foot back to meet the right. Inhale, knees, chest, and chin. Coming through to cobra. Maybe extend the arms for full cobra. And exhale, flip the toes, lead with the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale the left foot forward, right knee down. Exhale, right foot to left foot, forward fold. Inhale, swoop the arms up and around. And exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, swoop the arms, maybe press palms at the top. Exhale, fold forward at the hips. Inhale, step the left foot back, left knee down. And exhale, step the right foot back, staying for an inhale and plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale through to cobra, maybe full cobra, straightening the arms. And when you're ready, exhale, flip the toes, downward facing dog. Deep inhale, deep exhale. When you're ready, inhale, right foot forward, left knee down. And exhale, left foot forward to meet the right forward fold. Inhale, swoop the arms up, pressing palms at the top. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let the arms come down, palms face forward. Smooth out the rough edges of the breath. When you're ready, take the hands towards the hips. Going to take a big step back with that left foot. Feet should be about hips distance apart. If you need to adjust the stance for your warrior one, you might take a little bit more of a step back. Ensure that the hips are squared towards the front wall. If the tailbone's tilted back, you might pull the tailbone under. When you're ready, inhale to bend into the front knee, raise the arms up overhead for warrior one. And exhale, re-straighten the front leg, lower the arms. If you need to adjust the stance by making it shorter or longer, go ahead and do so. Re-squaring the hips. And when you're ready, inhale, bend into the front knee, arms up overhead. Keeping that back left leg long, sealing the outer edge of that left foot. Engaging the belly button towards the spine. One more deep inhale. And exhale, straighten the front leg, lower the arms. Inhale, rebend the front knee, arms up overhead. Exhale, straighten the front leg, lower the arms. Again, inhale forward, arms up overhead. And exhale, re-straighten. One more time, inhale the arms up, re-bending into the front knee for warrior one. Again, ensure that that right knee is directly over the right ankle. Keeping the bend in the front knee. When you're ready, lower the arms. Maybe make fists and bring the knuckles of the fist together behind the lower back. If the shoulders open, you might interlace the fingers. When you're ready, straighten through the arms, shift the gaze up, bring the heart towards the ceiling. Take one more deep inhale. And on the exhale, fold forward to the inside of the right leg, arms come up over top for humble warrior. Pressing into the feet, leading with the arms coming back to vertical. Release the interweaving of the fingers, bring the arms up overhead. When you're ready, exhale the hands towards the center, come onto the ball of the back foot, hands towards the hips, and exhale the left foot forward to meet the right. Switching to the second side when you're ready, stepping the right foot back, finding your stance for warrior one. Again, about hips distance apart with the feet. Ensuring that the hips are squared towards the front wall. Really pulling the tailbone under, engaging the belly button towards the spine. When you're ready, on the inhale, bend into the front left knee, arms come up overhead. And exhale, straighten the front knee, lower the arms. Adjust the stance as you need. Inhale the arms up, rebend the front knee. And settle in for warrior one. Keeping the back leg super strong. Seal the outer edge of that back right foot. Left knee's over the left ankle. Exhale, straighten the front leg, lower the arms. Again, inhale, rebend the front knee, arms come up overhead. Exhale, straighten the leg, lower the arms. Inhale, bend forward. Exhale, stand straight. Again, inhale, bend forward, arms up overhead. Keeping the legs square towards the front, interlace the fingers behind the back, taking the unnatural weave. Inhale, straighten the arms, bring the heart towards the ceiling, maybe shift the gaze up. And when you're ready, on the next exhale, folding to the inside of the left foot, arms come up overhead. Encouraging the left hip back, right hip forward. When you're ready, press the feet into the earth. Lead with the arms back to vertical. Releasing the fingers, arms come up into warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart center, coming onto the ball of the back foot. Hands towards the hips. And step the right foot forward to meet the left. Palms face forward, close the eyes. Smooth out the rough edges of the breath. When you're ready, taking the hands towards the hips, taking a big step open with the left foot, squaring the toes towards the long side of the mat. If you might need blocks, if you have a hard time reaching the floor in a forward bend, go ahead and put those in front of you. The hands on the hips, toes are slightly in, heels slightly out, keeping a slight bend in the knee. On the inhale, bring the heart towards the ceiling, shift the gaze up. And on the exhale, shift the hips back, folding forward at the hips. Maybe taking the hands to the tops of the blocks. Either keeping the hands here, or if it's available, taking the hands towards the mat, folding forward. Keeping the spine long, letting the head hang. Notice if the weight's in the heels. Maybe shift the weight forward into the toes just a slight bit. Deep breaths. On your next inhale, come halfway up into a flat back. Maybe taking the hands onto the blocks. Exhale the hands towards the hips. Inhale, ride it back up to vertical. When you're ready, start to walk the feet forward together. If you have the blocks, you might move those back off to the side. Moving into the final series of our standing sequence, making a strong connection of the feet to the earth. Take the hands towards the hips, shift the weight into the left foot, raising the right knee, either grabbing onto the front of the knee or the back of the right thigh, making sure that that leg is working on its own, lifting itself. When you're ready, on the next exhale, start to open that right knee over towards the side. Keeping a focal point on the front wall. If you're feeling stable, you might even shift the gaze over the left shoulder. Maybe even extending the left fingertips out beyond the gaze. If you shifted the gaze, go ahead and bring the gaze back to center. Then start to take that right foot to the inside of the left shin. If it's available, you might grab the ankle and take it to the inside of the left thigh. If you're leaning into that left hip, really push that left thigh into the right foot. Bringing the hands to heart center for tree. Keeping a strong connection between that left foot and the mat. Soft gaze. If you're feeling stable, you might even grow the branches of your tree up towards the ceiling. If you're stable, maybe even play with shifting the gaze up. If you lose your balance, you can come back to center. Let's go ahead and bring the hands back to the heart center. Hands towards the hips. Re-squaring the knee towards the front. Extend the right foot forward. And exhale, lower the right foot down. Shake it out if you need to. Shifting to the second side. Inhale the left knee towards the chest. Either grab the back of the left thigh or the front of the left knee. Notice if you're dumping into that right hip, really pull up through the center. Make that left leg hold itself up. When you're feeling stable, open up that left knee towards the left side in any amount. If this is stable for you, you might even play with shifting the gaze over the right shoulder and maybe even extending the right arm out towards the right side. If you've taken any variations, coming back to center, bringing the left knee forward, then taking the left foot to the inside of the right shin, or if it's available, grabbing onto the left ankle and sealing it to the inner right thigh. Again, really squeeze that connection between the inner right thigh and the foot. Hands come to center for tree. Keeping a soft gaze. If you're feeling stable, taking that variation of growing the branches on the second side. Maybe play with shifting the gaze up. Again, if you lose your balance, come back towards the center with that strong connection. Hands come back to heart center. Hands to the hips. Left knee towards the front. Maybe straighten the left leg first. And exhale the left foot down. Palms come forward. Let the eyes float closed. Smoothing out the breath. Moving on from the standing sequence, let's go ahead and take a seat onto our mat. Feet are flat on the mat, hands to the front of the knees. When you're ready, inhale the chest forward, shoulder blades come together. And exhale, round through the back belly button towards the spine. Again, inhale forward, create a little bit more space in the upper vertebrae. Exhale, round through the spine, shift the gaze down. Again, inhale forward, heart forward, shoulder blades together. Exhale, belly button towards the spine. And inhale forward. Exhale, round. Again, inhale forward. Exhale, round. And when you're finished, you can come back to a neutral spine, straightening one leg at a time. You can remove the flesh from the sitting bones, keeping both legs active. Quads are hugging the femur bone. Bending into the left knee, then open up the left knee towards the side. Left foot is sealed to the inner right leg. If you need a block to support that left knee, go ahead and use one now. Keeping the spine long, crown of the head towards the ceiling. When you're ready, on the inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And when you're ready, exhale, folding forward, keeping the spine long. When you start to feel the back round, that's a good indication that you can put the hands onto the mat, maybe hands onto the shin. Again, notice if you're rounding through the spine, but really pull the shoulder blades down, the back, heart forward, gazes forward, and breathe. Deep inhales, deep exhales. When you're ready, inhale the arms up overhead, coming back to vertical. Lowering the arms, lifting the left knee back towards the ceiling, and straightening the left leg, switching sides. Inhale, bend the right leg first, then open the right knee towards the side, bottom of the right foot seals to the inner left thigh. Again, if you need a block to support that right knee, go ahead and use it now. Inhale the arms up overhead. Keeping a long spine, exhale, fold forward. Lowering the arms to the mat, maybe to the top of the shin, or if it's available, even grabbing onto the toes or the front of the left foot. Again, heart comes forward, shoulder blades pull together on the back. And breathe. Left leg is strong and engaged. Belly button's pulled towards the spine. When you're ready, on the next inhale, arms come up. Coming back to vertical, lower the arms down. Inhale the right knee back to vertical, straightening the right leg. If you had any blocks, you can go ahead and move them off to the side. Again, bending the left leg. This time taking the left foot and putting it over the right shin. If the hips are more open, you might even bend a little deeper, taking the left foot on the outside of the right thigh. Left hand goes behind the back. Inhale the right arm up. When you're ready, exhale, twisting towards the left. Hook the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Inhale the spine long. And on the exhale, start to twist. And inhale the spine long. Exhale, twist. Maybe even shifting the gaze over the left shoulder towards the wall behind you. The right straight leg is strong and active, foot is flexed. When you're ready, coming back to center, unhooking the arm. Using the hands to unhook the crossing of the legs and straightening the left foot forward. Switching to the second side, bend the right knee. If the hips are tight, you can cross the right foot over the left shin. If the hips are more open, you can take the foot on the outside of the left thigh. Right hand goes onto the mat behind you. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, twist, hooking the left elbow on the outside edge of that right knee, twisting open towards the right side. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, twist towards the right. Maybe shifting the gaze over the right shoulder. Breathing deeply. Keeping that left leg active. Left foot is flexed. When you're ready, unhooking the elbow, coming back to center. Uncrossing the right foot. Extending the right foot forward. When you're ready, go ahead and shift the feet over, swooping them behind you. Coming onto all fours. When you're ready, take the toes together, knees wide apart. Shift the hips back for a child's pose. Fingertips reach forward, hips reach back. Let the forehead rest on the mat. Resetting the energy in the body. When you're ready, coming back to all fours. Coming up to vertical on the knees, hips are stacked over the knees, then sinking the hips back, maybe sitting onto a block or maybe a blanket. Or if the hips are even tight or the quads are tight, you might even take a bolster under the hips behind you. If the ankles feel tight, you might roll up a blanket to set under the ankles, tucking the toes under and then sitting the hips back. When you're feeling comfortable in a kneeling position, on the inhale, coming up onto the knees, arms up overhead. Exhale, shift the hips back, fingertips come onto the mat, lower the forehead to the mat. On your inhale, raise the arms up overhead, back to vertical, hips over knees. And exhale, sinking the arms forward, hips back, forehead down to the mat. Continuing for a couple more rounds. Inhale, up to vertical. Exhale, fold forward, hips back, fingertips forward. Inhale the arms up to vertical. Exhale, fold forward, hips go back. Inhale, arms up to vertical. Exhale, fold forward, forehead to the mat. And breathe. When you're ready, coming back to all fours. If you used a blanket, you might move it off to the side. Coming into a seated position with the legs crossed in front. And start to make your way onto your back, rolling one vertebrae down at a time. Go ahead and pull the knees into the chest. When you're ready, taking the feet flat onto the mat, moving into some gentle back bends. Palms come flat onto the mat, knees are stacked over the ankles. When you're ready, on the inhale, press the arms up overhead, hips come up towards the ceiling. Feet are pressing firmly into the mat. When you're ready, on the exhale, lower the hips, arms lower down by the sides. Again, inhale, lift the hips up towards the ceiling, arms up overhead. Exhale, lower the hips, arms return back by the sides. When you're ready, press the palms firmly into the mat. Inhale the hips up. You can either stay here for a bridge, or if you'd like a supported bridge, you could take a block and set it under the sacrum, where you feel just above your sitting bones. You might play around with different heights, either the lowest height of the block or maybe going even up to the second height. Finding a position that's comfortable for you. Knees are pulled together. Breathing gently. If you're feeling stable in the hips and would like to go for a simple inversion, you could pull one knee in at a time and maybe straightening the legs up towards the ceiling. Letting the blood flow from the feet towards the hips. Palms are pressing into the mat. If you took the inversion, you can slowly bend into the knees and lower one foot back to the mat at a time. When you're ready, inhale the hips up, removing the block from underneath the hips, lowering the hips down towards the mat. Pull one knee into the chest at a time. Maybe for a few rounds, take the hands onto the knees. When you're ready, inhale the arms overhead, feet go towards up the ceiling. And exhale, knees towards the belly, hands back to the knees. Inhale, straighten the arms overhead, straighten the legs. Exhale, knees towards the hands into the belly. Continue for a couple more rounds. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, knees to hands. Inhale, straighten and expand, open. Exhale, hands to the knees. And you're ready, give yourself one last hug, pulling the knees in towards the chest. And when you're ready, take the feet wide apart. If you have blocks around you, you might move those off to the side. If it's comfortable, you might even take the blocks under the knees. Arms out wide, palms are up, and settle in for your Shavasana. Take one last deep inhale, and exhale, letting go of any conscious control of the breath or any thought. Slowly bring the awareness back into your body by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Roll out the wrists and the ankles. And slowly raise the arms up overhead. Give your body one last big morning stretch. Toes forward, fingers back. And when you're ready, bend into one knee and the other. Slowly rolling over towards the right side, letting your head rest on your right arm like a pillow. When you're ready, start to press yourself up, keeping the eyes closed, coming into a comfortable seated position, crossing one ankle in front of the other. And you can let the hands rest on the knees. Either keeping the hands there or bringing the hands to heart center. Take a moment to seal in the benefits of your practice. Namaste.